This video will show you how to draw a quadratic graph, which would be on a higher tier paper or an intermediate tier paper. So it is normally split into two or more parts. The first part will ask you to complete the values in the table. You'll normally notice there are two gaps in the table. This is just a substitution question. To work out the value of y that goes in there, you use x is equal to -1. So my equation at the top is y is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. For the first gap, x is -1. So I replace all of those x's with the value -1. Now you have to be very careful with your signs because you are dealing with negative numbers. So -1 squared is 1. -2 multiplied by -1 is 2. And then you have your -3 on the end. So 1 plus 2 minus 3 is 0. So there's a 0 in that box there. Looking at the second box here, x has the value of 5. So again, I'm using the same expression which I found at the top of the question. So I have x squared minus 2x minus 3. And this time, because the value of x is 5, I'm going to replace the x's with 5. And then work that out. So 5 squared is 25 minus 2 times 5, which is 10, minus 3. So 25 minus 10 is 15, minus 3 is 12. So that is part A. Part B, you then need to draw the graph. Now to draw the graph, you take the two values in the tables for x and y, so a pair like that, and use it as a coordinate. So I will be plotting across at -2, 5, so that's -2 across and 5 up, and I draw across there. The next value is at -1 and 0, and then 0 and -3, which is there, 1 and -4, which goes there, 2 and -3, 3 and 0, 4 and 5, and then finally 5 and 12. When you've drawn your crosses, you need to join the crosses with a smooth curve. Now, the idea is to keep this curve as smooth as possible and go through every cross. Okay? I find it easier to split it in half, but make sure your join is on a cross so there's no overlap. So now for the second example, again, I have two gaps to complete in the table. I'm using the formula from there. So I have y is equal to 3x squared plus x plus 2. For the first gap, I have the value for x as -1. So I'm substituting -1 into the equation, keeping the number in brackets so I don't confuse any signs. -1 squared is 1, multiplied by 3 is 3. If I have plus and a minus, that becomes -1 plus 2. So I have 3, take away 1, add 2, gives me a total of 4. So there's a 4 there. Moving on to the second empty box, my value of x is 2. So again, I'm still using y equals 3x squared plus x plus 2. But I replace my x with 2 all the way through. Again, I'm keeping it in brackets just because it's good practice. 2 squared is 4, multiplied by 3 is 12. And then I have an add 2, so that gives me a total of 16. And again, now for part B, I need to plot my coordinates. So taking each pair of numbers, this value is -2 across and 12 up, which will go there. And then the next coordinate is at -1 and 4. Then moving across, 0 and 2. And then 1 and 6. 2 and 16. And finally 3 and 32. And then when all of my crosses are on the graph, I need to join them with a smooth line. So again, I'm trying to keep my line as smooth as possible and go through every single cross. Now, you may notice on this question I have a part C. I have not had